Capital. I got a very important special guest today. I got Anndy Lian with me as well as Alpha Baller. And hey, welcome. How's it going, Andy? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Every day is a good day. As long
That's
as you're
great.
not working, it's a good day, bro.
Well, what if you're in Zcash today? You know, is it a good day? The last couple of days when Claude is
Oh,
just
if you're shorting Zcash, I think it's a good day. But this last few days, it's just short all the way, bro.
that's right.
Whoever that's trying to long it, the brain must be just crazy, bro. The
Yeah, I
indicator.
wonder who would go long. Like, none of my friends would ever go long in these conditions, would they, Alpha Baller? But
Yeah, there are some crazy people like me that try like along here and there. Like,
no,
It's just
hey,
going down,
sometimes
bro.
it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, Andy, very very happy to have you here. Like we've
Yeah.
we've met each other a little bit in the spaces, but I'm really really like glad and have some questions as well to go through. You've been in the space for quite some time, so for you it's a normal day, right? Pricing's nuking minus 20%, minus 50%, left and right hacks. You're like just a normal day. It's been good days, man.
Normal day, bro. You look at the Ethereum is going to $400 very soon. So let's see.
$400, did you say?
Yeah, it's a free fall. It really depends on uh what is the next liquidity event, right?
Mm.
If you ask yourself, World Cup, will money be rotated back to crypto? No, more would be flowing out. IPO, three or four big IPOs in the next quarter. I think that will be flowing out. So I think $400 Ethereum is definitely possible, man. You know,
Yeah, so you got like the Anthropic, you got OpenAI, you got SpaceX IPO, a bunch of IPOs, and the valuations are unreal. Like when you're looking at
I
it,
believe I believe half of the audience just fell off their chairs. My
oh,
legs are shaking. You can't see them, but when I hear 408, man, and Andy with the
no,
spicy words,
no,
I like that. I like that.
it's aligned with the Web4 book that I have, right? 444. Then let's make it
that's it.
444. But they're like, you know, just
So also,
joking, guys, just joking.
this is the thing. Someone's probably going to be like, "Yeah, I'll take his words literally." I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I was kind of thinking about this the other day. It wouldn't surprise me if we get to about $1,000 or 1,000. Maybe it was kind of wicked down, but speaking on Ethereum, more importantly, I'm kind of more looking at Bitcoin's price and thinking 55 and below. Like 45 would probably be the way. I'm looking at it if we're trying to work out a bottom, but anything below this 200 week now, it's like it's a good DCA point. But then we're still in Q2, right? So we're at the
it's,
beginning of June. So
it's still early, bro. There is no need to DCA right now. It's still early. Like I said, you have two or three or four big events that's going to come up. IPOs, World Cup. Just wait, man. There's no need to be eager to DCA right now. It doesn't look good at all, man. The all these things. I give you a good example, right? If you want hype to really shoot all the way up, apart from liquidity flowing back in, they need a good competitor, right? So either Lighter, Paradox, Esther, and all these guys come in as a good competitor, to PvP a bit and then shoot all the way up. If they're just doing it himself, it's just difficult, man. There is like there's no competitor, no fight. I don't think anyone would be motivated, or formal in just to just to buy hype. It's just unrealistic, man. You need to have that push. Just like BNB. In order for BNB to have that big push, I think Coinbase got to come up with their native token, right? That could be a good push, and I believe, of course, BNB would have a better advantage, because they started early. But you need that competition, right? exchange driven native token, right? Coinbase, BNB, so as long as you don't have the competitor, it's very difficult for anything to shoot all the way up. How can you do that, man? It's tough. This is my 1 cent worth, right?
I was looking at Asset today, and it's I think it was about 60 cents or something like that. But I'm looking at it as a buy, actually. That was the first thing I was thinking. Like hype, Arthur Hayes starts dumping hype, right? And now the price is starting to dump a little bit. And it seemed like the only liquidity event. Like everyone was pushing their liquidity from other chains like Solana and just chucking it into hype, as well as this, buy back and burn, which I'm sure it has an effect, but I don't think it has as much of an effect as they're trying to portray it to be.
When the big market is going down, it has to still go down, right? Because the force is there to push it down. So I would still think that a good entry point for hype would still be about 30, 36, 38, around that. Right now is I think that would be a good buy. Right now, if you're going to DCA, then you go to DCA all the way down, bro. I don't know that. That's just me, bro. I'm just what do I know, man? I'm just a book author, right? So I try my best. That's what I see.
Well, for people that don't know you and stuff like I think a lot of people do know you, but for people that don't know your story and background, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Because I did do a little bit of AI deep dive research and stuff like that. You bought Bitcoin back in 2012. Was that your first purchase of Bitcoin back then, or was it before then?
No, 2012 is the first, but it's more utility based, right? It's not like I know that this is going to be an investment big time, but back then it's utility based. There's a use for it because I was running and investing in advertising companies.
Okay.
So we need all those pseudo, maybe fake accounts. So we have to transact and buy those stuff, right? And the mode of payment is in Bitcoin, right? So that was the first time I got into buying it and then using it. I think that was a really good experience. Of course I didn't really care about it until 2017, right? Because to me that is just the internet money. It's just like, I bought some gold coins and then I pay for my service and then that's it. We just let it sit there, right? 2017 was the turning point for me, man. And I have not stopped a single day ever since. From 2017, until now, until today, right? So, yeah.
What do you think the major differences are like between the markets back then and kind of the markets now? Is it more saturation, or is it just same degens, or how would you assess it?
2017 versus now?
Yeah, 2017 or even 2012. I mean, I guess 2017 you're kind of more into it.
2012 is I didn't really take note of the rest of the tokens, to be honest. 2017 and now, let's say 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, right? Let's look at it in a 5 years or 4 year cycle. So if you base it on 2017 to now, I think we have pivoted from okay scam to only scams, right? Because in the past you see real use case, right? Everybody was talking about use cases, supply chain use cases, healthcare use cases, smart city use cases. Use it as an e-commerce platform, right? But today nobody's talking about it, right? Because no one is using it, bros, right? If you want the crypto economy to grow, you need to have it in a cycle, right? Mint it, use it, trade it, use it again, trade. There's always a cycle, right? So if you don't have the ecosystem and you only do PvP, you come out with a dog token, I come out with a dog token, let's PvP, then it kills the industry, right? Plus it's accelerated cancerous because of all these launch pads, right? We had this talk before, right? They just PvP, launch it fast, kill each other, extract. Then after that, cat, elephant, chicken, banana. Fuck. That's the reason why we are in this stage, So we need to change, right? So the difference from then to now, is that things get really, really fluff, you know. We need to change that. If we don't change that, nobody's going to come and play with us, you know. And of course, the other thing that I don't know about you guys, but when I came in, I believe in decentralization, right? 2017 until the last cycle, I think we all believe in decentralization. But today, if you speak to big leaders, ask them, do you believe in decentralization? Oh, yeah, somewhat, you know, but not everything needs to be decentralized. Yeah, I agree. But at least we need to talk about the DeFi side to make sure that there is a narrative, right? But that narrative is also lost because the DeFi yield is not sustainable. There's a lot of loops, and again, it's not healthy for us, right? So in order for us to really look at this seriously, we should go back to the roots, decentralized, right? And that is the big complaint that I have. You know, things are not decentralized.
I mean, Andy is not wrong. I'll add here that when I heard about Bitcoin and everything, that's where there was like a huge part of decentralization, the internet money, you know, get away from the government, like forget about the cash, the banks, they can control you. You wanted something outside of that, right? You wanted how to escape the rat race, how to get, you know, on a new level of life. Because let's be honest, crypto changed the way we are thinking, the way that we see money, the way that we perceive the world. It's changed a lot, right? How open we are to the things, how fast like we change. Oh, we see this thing launched something, a new tech, cool tech, like especially with X and every tool that we have right now. The attention span is so fast and so much information gets flooded into your brain. I mean, Andy, let me ask you this question, because you've mentioned that you got about more serious in 2017 and you've kept going through this time. What kept you in the game? You know, where do you get that hunger? Because that's like quite some time, man.
Oh, I don't know, man. It's just I do really believe in this industry. So that's number one. I love the industry, right? Because this is the only time people can really mint their own token and make your own money, distribute your own money. That's the only chance that I see, you know, so far in history. So I believe in cryptography. I believe in people's game. And right now, I only see crypto as the only playbook for future money, right? If you don't believe in fiat and you believe that fiat is really unsustainable and is a scam, but you still believe in
There we
money,
go.
then you have to go back to the core principle, right? Decentralized. We own our own money. We run our own money, and that's crypto, right? That's the future of money. No doubt about it, man. I mean, whoever that has doubt about it, they don't really see the game, right? I see the game. I held on to it, you know, from really full time 2017 to today. I have no regrets, man. It's fun. Of course, my portfolio went down a lot because of the current. I was still blaming on Michael Saylor, but but the fact is, it wouldn't change my initial goal or initial vision that we should be decentralized, right? And again, just coming back to the book, you know, when I talk about Web4, it is actually a decentralized vision, right? And how can we make the decentralized vision a reality? You need the AI element, right? You can't trust human being to make the decisions for us ever again, right? So you need the AI element to come in, and AI right now has the biggest mind share in the world, right? So by going into the next era, I think it's a super win-win, man, bro. You know. No brainer, man.
It is a no-brainer.
You started talking about Web4 back in 21, right? And it was before I think AI was really as popular as it is now. I think for the majority, like especially in the last year or so, I would say maybe 2 years. Now I see it becoming mainstream, not in the sense of use, but more of the threat of AI or the idea of these amazing new tools that are coming out. Like and there's either core believers and absolute lovers of it, and then there's the opposite, right? You've got the threat to civilization and kind of post-apocalyptic kind of AI guys. What made you think about it back then in like 21? When it probably wasn't on the radar as much as people thought nowadays.
So first time I talk about Web4 is 21, but because my background is investment, right? And I meet a lot of guys, whether they are in the Silicon Valley, or whether they are in Hong Kong, whether they are in China, whether they are in Taiwan, South Korea. I realized that the trend of AI is really going to come, right? But AI is AI, right? But when I look at the Web4 terminology, is purely because when I invest in projects, I see the fake decentralization, right? You know how the governance model work. You know how the bullshit DAOs are like. You guys have been through that too, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you know
complete fake.
all this, bro. It's a to me it's an ownership problem and the distributed power promise that is actually centralized. That got me to think, why the fuck are we still talking about Web3 that is so decentralized? Or maybe that is so undecentralized, trying to be decentralized. So, and I ask myself, if I were to start a project, will I be that asshole? I think, yeah, maybe I will, right? So who is able to change it? It has to be the community and the AI. So that is the reason why I look into Web4 and started to define it, in 2021, right? 2021, I'm not sure. I'm quite sure I'm not the first one to talk about it, because anyway, really didn't search about it right in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very certain that I'm the first person who went on to an event and talk about Web4 in a keynote speech. So I have a video, the profile picture with me with the word Web4 behind is not AI, man. It was a 2023 keynote speech that I had in Dubai. And back then, I really believed that this is going through, and I already started writing it back then, sadly. But yeah, so a lot of these articles that I wrote, in India Times or in Hacker Noon, I just talk about the concept because I believe Web3 is lacking of that connective layer, and that layer would be Web4, which it will be filled in by AI, man. So yeah, so that was it, man, bro.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
In terms of because I see it as a kind of I hate to use this word, but the arms race between China and the US when it comes to AI. And I'd be interested to get your take. Who do you think? Who do you think is going to win it? I know my
I
American
think
audience.
in terms of fundraising,
Mm.
the fundraising part, US is definitely winning, right? GPU power, US is really winning, right? But I think the adoption and the model, both of them are working on a different model, right? But
Right.
let's just dissect this. If you look at the US frontier models versus the Chinese frontier models, the output is almost the same, right? To me, I think there will be less than 1% difference because I use the Chinese AI like a Gwen, right? And then I use the Gemini. I didn't like Sam, so I stopped using ChatGPT for a long time.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of
No,
OpenAI.
I'm not, man. And XAI and Grok is not super usable, but I still use it once in a while, just to verify some stuff. But at least Grok is a very honest AI, right? But I try to compare all of that, with Manners, with everyone, Minimax. Output is almost the same, 1% difference. If you put a right prompt in, all I can see is a 1% difference, right? Assumingly that the data is from the same source. So if I can say that, I would strongly suggest for people to use the Chinese model, because eventually my personal belief is that all these frontier models will be free.
Right.
Or maybe at a very, very low price. What they are charging right now for Claude is a premium, is an early premium, right?
Yeah.
Once that early phase is gone, there is no way anybody would pay for that kind of API token credits, because you are feeding a stupid intern with data. You still pay them, but each time you ask the intern new things, they use the token stupidly, and you're just burning money, right? So if you are SME, for example, you would definitely put that aside, because why am I spending a few $1,000s a month, just on the AI, right? And you still need to hire somebody to just do it, right? You cannot just use an AI agent to teach an agent to do it. So I still prefer the Chinese model, purely because of price. Output is almost the same, and there are more choices, to be honest, right? So I think the Chinese ones will win. Let's see. I wrote articles about it too.
Even the way that the motor industry is going, right? Like I saw some documentary the other day about a lot of the guys who were coming over and seeing what China's being able to produce, and the price point that they're able to produce it at is unreal. And I think the same also with AI is gonna get like that. How do you think it's going to integrate with the next wave of crypto? I mean, like there's people saying AI agents. It's going to be fake Telegram groups with like fake individuals, lots of it. I don't even have too much of a clue how it will begin, but I'm interested to get your thoughts. How do you think it starts to really integrate with crypto in the future?
Andy, before you answer that, I'll add an extra layer, because we're speaking about Web4 and AI, and we had literally Cloud Opus 4.8, exploiting the Zcash, right? So we had that like recently. They discovered, the exploit, and after they patched it. So yeah, how do you see this situation, right?
Sorry, bro. Which situation is it?
He's talking about the Zcash, but basically Opus. So the new version of Anthropic's, Claude's new version was able to basically find the bug in Zcash's
inside the code. Yeah, I mean,
unreal.
I think it's funny, because very honestly, AI will start to check for many of these errors, right? And more and more of this will happen, right? So Zcash, honestly, I think is beyond. It's not on my list that will get hacked, not get hacked, but with that kind of error. But many other projects, the smaller ones, especially those in the last cycle, most of their copy and paste smart contracts have problems, right? So many of these things will come out, man. In our space, you will see a lot of all these hackable issues, so forth and so on. Definitely will. So don't be surprised that maybe your next favorite coin get the same kind of treatment. So 444 might be the next.
I mean, this number will be in the brains of a lot of people, 400. Man,
I guess they don't know what we are talking about, but yes, 444.
Yeah. 444. There we go.
So I think AI is a good tool, is a very sharp thing. So we have to just embrace it, right? And this MGC asked about AI and cryptocurrency. how that is going to work. So you just look at it this way. I always explain this. AI is the connective layer, which is the brain, right? So they provide the natural language, they understand, they do adaptive reasoning, and then they do the autonomous execution, right? So it solves a lot of these rigid smart contracts, and they solve a lot of this governance issue that we see from Web3, right? And Web3, I would say that they are like a spine, right? They connect everything together. They provide the audit trail, the ZK privacy, immutable. These two things can work hand in hand. But of course, some guys would ask me, you are always talking about this from a Web3 perspective, right? Web3 needs to be more decentralized, right? So that it can be decentralized, right? But what about AI? AI is the same, right? Because AI would want to avoid the same problem, having the monopoly of one or two or three big players controlling everything, right? So the logical way to do it is to make it decentralized, right? Run by the people, for the people, and then using AI as part of the consensus, right? So it goes back to what I wrote in the book. It's more like a conversions architect layer, like an architecture stack, right? So you will see from the top there will be an interface layer. So you'll be more intent-based interaction. They just handle all the multi-chain operation. Then there'll be an agent layer, autonomous workforce. AI agent will just start to navigate the protocol, manage the cross-chain states, right? Then right below it will be the protocol layer. So you'll be a programmable trust, AI enhanced smart contracts, adaptive protocol. You can scale using layer 2. You can handle all the micro transaction. And then the right at the bottom will be the foundation layer, which is the data layer. So all the decentralized storages, all the ZK proven data structures will all be there, right? So all these four things add together, it will become a Web4 architecture, right? And that would be the way to go, right? And yeah, that would be the way to go, man. I'm not sure
If
whether
any founder,
Go
if any founder is watching this, you literally gave them the pathway how to create a new blockchain only by running by agents, and AI. That's like, I believe Ton is striving. Pavel is striving a little bit. He's like full decentralized, and he's trying to use the maximum potential of AI. But basically, what you described is like probably a good idea for new founders to make something innovating. A full autonomous blockchain run only by AI, and you'll have all those 4 layers. I mean, there is your alpha, guys.
That would be your next. I mean, technically, that would be your kind of next narrative, whether it's just like a Fugazi or whatever. But it certainly would be. It's like, oh yeah, an autonomous AI run blockchain.
How
and it has to be open source,
insane and cool.
Yeah,
it has to be open source too, right?
Yeah.
Because if you look at the frontier models, some of them agree and are working towards the open source model, right? So it will still be the same. The blockchain it will be open source, right? And the consensus mechanism got to change, right? Because if you look at, I look at, put it this way, right? In one of the core theses that I have, right? I call it like there's a missing ingredient in the Web3 space, right? We talk about greed, about whales, about scams, right? And I think MGC asked a question that is pretty smart, right? You say, why is intelligence the fix and not the incentive, right? If incentive can fix a structural problem, right, then it will not be a big problem, right? The problem is incentive right now in Web3 is only driving people to become more scam because the scammers actually get the incentive, right? So the economic greed is always there, right? And if it's always there, they are funded by greed, they just want quick money, incentive will never work, right? That's the reason why you still have to go back to the very beginning, the proof of work concept, or proof of compute power, proof of electricity, right? If you have that, I think that is cool, right? You can't just say proof of money, right? Nowadays, there's a lot of staking, a lot of this consensus. You just need to prove that you have power. Power equals money. Then why do you still need to have the DAO? Why do you need to still vote, right? You get those people with the most money to vote, and that's it, right? So
Yeah,
if
the
you
well
don't like that,
accumulate the token, get all the voting power.
correct. So if you don't like that, then you should look at how AI is going to come in, right? AI as the brain to come in. So we can be the architect, right? AI can be the hands and legs, right? They will look at what to do, what not to do, and give you a better suggestion, right? And then from there, everybody from the community can consensusly agree, and then just move on, right? And not because you have money, you can vote more. It doesn't make sense, honestly. So, yeah.
It's fast for me. Like when it comes to AI, I'm using it in so many different ways. Even today, for example, I'm like trying to build out something that's going to find the best liquidity pools, legit liquidity pools for different popular pairs, and it gives me some sort of a notification as to where's best to shift the money and stuff like that, and just so many different ways. The one that really where I saw a bit of the power of it was some of the Solana tickers that took off, where they had really good and there's a lot of crap, but they had really good media and arts and AI videos and stuff, and they're hilarious. And I'm seeing them take off not on Twitter or not on the Telegram, which is kind of your main cause, maybe even YouTube as well. I'm seeing it take off on Instagram and TikTok with a generation of people that have like a 2-second goldfish memory, and they're joking around because they've seen some really good AI videos, really good storylines and stuff like that. And so I think that's a very basic way of using it, but I'm really interested into the next wave. I think a lot of people are just nervous of it. I think people are scared of it, but it will be interesting because you put it outside of the control. Obviously, you have an architect, but you end up like right now when a coin runs up, and we've seen this particularly in the meme coin space. When a coin runs up, the founder or some of the founders or some of the whales, the coordinate whales are like, okay, I'm going to sell. Like, yeah, we're going to hold. And then the project gets completely destroyed because there's no like protective layer, I would say, or whatever. They make too much money and then poof, that's the end of the project. Even though the project may have had a really good narrative, it may have been popular within the community, things of that nature. So having the AI element would kind of, to a degree, stop that, or potentially could stop that. Not necessarily it would be perfect, but possibly you have a bit more of a kind of, I don't want to say that capitalism will get too people get super capitalistic and they worry more about what they've got in their bank balance and their wallet rather than seeing the project succeed in the long term. That's what I'm seeing a lot in crypto.
If the incentivization is for short-term holders and scammers,
Yeah.
then all these things will not change, right? So if we cannot change this from the root, right, there is no way this will change, right? If we let's be realistic, right? So if we complain about meme coins, right? What are we complaining about? Pump and dumps, right?
Yeah.
But instead of you complaining or us complaining about meme coins, we should look at why are there so many people investing in all these shit projects, and where are these shit projects coming from, right? If you don't blame the launch pads from creating rubbish and you blame the creators only, then it's not going to be fair, right? So it goes down all the way down to the effort, right? What is the backing of the team? Who are the team members? you need to have guardrails on how, or criteria on how they can create the token and why can they create the token, and not because they want to create a token, right? If everybody want to create a token and everybody knows that you create more token, you scam more people, you get more money, then the whole industry will be fucked, right?
Yeah.
So we need to have that control. You can use AI to do that, or you can use just real human being to think of some ways to do that. But eventually that control got to be here, right? If the control is not here, then there is no trust. There's no trust layer. Then this industry will just be gone, right? You just imagine, right, in this 30 minutes of chats, right? The first thing that we understand is it's not decentralized, right? Second, there is no trust. Then who is going to play with us? Nobody, man, bro. We are just going to play with each other, and then we're just going to screw each other up, right? So I really hope we should set up some control measures, right? Especially when all these vibe coders are just coming in, they will think that, oh, we are a new utility. No, useless, because there's no people playing with you anymore, right? So what, you can create a nicer looking website. No one is playing with you, right? So the control guardrail got to happen, and the big boys got to take the lead, and not the regulators to take the lead. Because once you give the power to the regulator, they will tell you, this project is decentralized, or that project not decentralized. Fuck you, bros, right? If you give the control to the government, you will never get the right outcome, because how would they know which is decentralized and which is not, right? So that kind of control guardrail got to come out from our industry, and then we set the standard, and then from there we create a win-win environment where real builders get rewarded and scammers gets out, right? So until we can hit that kind of equilibrium, I think it's tough. Who would want to play with you when you are not decentralized, fake decentralized, and you have nobody is trusting the space, and there is no money flowing in, right? So we got to solve this.
We really saw this problem the last few years with the presidential change, right? Back in
Yeah.
Biden's era, I remember Gary Gensler and the SEC, and they're going after so many different crypto companies from sometimes illegitimately for no reason. It was like an overreach of control, just ridiculous. And then Trump comes in, launches and everyone's like, "Yeah, it's amazing." And then next thing you know, he's launching a coin that's rugging us all.
Man, that was actually the turning point, when everyone went left and right and they started like, oh, we can do that. And you started every single, you had celebrities, you had like pop stars, you had everyone just launching coins left and right. No one was talking about the tech or decentralization or about what it used to be in 217 or 12, where people used to believe in something bigger. They just saw the opportunity. Oh, quick money, quick gains, right? We can scam here, we can scam that. And even with PumpFun, because Rasmer, just one of the advisor that he's been chilling with PumpFun and stuff like that, he was saying that Alan created the biggest probably scam in the industry, because PumpFun has been selling every single Solana that they've been making. They're like, why would we hold that, right? Because they've been selling every single Solana just in cash, just get more, and people are still waiting for their airdrop. They basically brought the casino, the real casino that we have in real life, because people were doing the same, right? They want okay, we want to make some quick gains, we want the fast money. They literally brought that on chain, and they okay, we can produce more cash, more scams. We have people who've done probably the craziest things possible on PumpFun. So insane.
But bro, please please don't compare us with the casino, right? It's very disgraceful. You know why? Because if you go to a casino, the casino is actually regulated and controlled, right? If you play a poker game, you only have 52 cards, bro, right? but us we are also a casino, uncontrolled, but you realize that how come you have 56 cards? How come the ace can come out 6 times, bro? It's like that is the problem with us, bro. We have 6 ace in a poker game, right? we are fucked, bro. We are fucked. 6 aces, just even those MIT guys who count the card, they'll say, we are fucked. 6 aces. How did that happen? And then we even account for the Joker card as well. It's like, it's a good job. That is a problem. If we have a controlled environment, Alpha, then we will be like a real casino, right? If we don't have that control element, you can't suddenly count with 6 aces. You say, what the fuck? What happened, bro? Then it's difficult for us to grow. Because everybody would think, would there be a 7 ace? Or 8-1? Then we are screwed because we are not controlled. I don't know, man. Am I sounding
Let me ask you this,
or I give you some hope?
like globally, do you think like crypto has lost the plot a little bit? Do you think like the trajectory has changed in the past years, like past 2 years, let's say, even like from the moment that Trump got in, crypto became a little bit more like recognized, more mass adoption? Have you feel like the way that people were trying to build, from the early ages where they were fighting for this, like a little bit decentralization, believing in something more? Do you believe that path was lost somewhere along the way?
Bro, let me ask you, do you think we are decentralized?
No.
Actually, I asked you the same question, right, in Abu Dhabi. But let me ask you, Alpha and MGC, are we decentralized?
No.
Do you think that our tech stack is up to standard?
No, I don't. I don't think so, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could have some improvements.
If you have $100 right now, will you still buy cryptocurrency?
Yes, but I'm unbiased because I'm in the industry.
Okay, then let me.
But if I'm a regular Joe, no. If I'm a regular Joe, no.
So if you are a VC, you have $10 million right now. Will you invest in AI or invest in crypto?
AI.
You have the answer, bro.
Yeah.
Because the general sentiments right now, long story short, is we are not decentralized, right? If we really want to have that future money vision, then the first thing that we need to sort out is the same thing that we talked about in 2017. Decentralization got to happen. Use case got to come back. These are the 2 basic things that we need to sort out, right? And these 2 basic things will form a base level of trust and a better level playing field, so that people can play together, right? If without that tool and without that control, then the only way we can still survive or make it even bigger is to pivot into crypto AI, which is the next web. Again, coming back to the point is it will be the Web4 era, right? Because all the money are flowing to AI right now. And if we still talk about, we are the future money, cryptocurrency is the best, but we are not decentralized, then what selling point do we have right now? What do we tell people? Hey, we are not decentralized, but come and play with us. We have good stable coin, but everything backed by US dollar. Do you believe in US dollar? No, I don't believe in US dollar.
No.
What the fuck? He's like,
Not when they start doing what they're doing in the Middle East, on a diet, like oh, no new wars, and suddenly next thing you know, price of oil skyrocketing. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is
Right,
insane.
bro. You see, I gave you a loop that we cannot solve,
Yeah.
right? So how can we be sexy? No sexy, bro. Nothing. Right now, the VCs. I was telling. I can't remember which podcast I was on. You know the sad thing is this, right? Initially, the VCs who are very strong in fintech, they move to crypto, right? They say, "Oh,
Mm.
crypto is the best. Crypto is the best." Crypto is almost like so not good. They shift to AI data center, right? They go into AI data center, AI projects right now also plateauing. It's just going like a steady. Now they are looking at, hey, bro, shall we just invest together for Japanese omakase? I was like, what the fuck do you mean? You mean you want me to get an F&B? I was like, yeah, no, it's good, bro. We can do a KTV, at the first floor, and then on top we can do it like a omakase, and then this. No way, bro. I'd rather watch YouTube at home, bro. Ask me to do Japanese food. I was like, no way. So now VCs they have money. They're finding ways to invest the money, but they are not thinking of going into crypto, right? They do
Right.
Japanese fine dining, bro. It's like, wow, shit. Is this really that bad? This is happening in Singapore, Hong Kong. These are all friends in the Asia side. It's so ridiculous, bro. I don't know what happened,
So,
man.
so you've been advising, like, a lot of parts of that of Asia on the cryptocurrency. What is the vibe over there from a couple of years ago to now? Are they like
Well,
completely out of touch with crypto, or there are still like part of like governments, maybe private associate firms that they are looking, okay, we see the potential, we want, like, we're not ready yet, but we are looking to get our feet, into the crypto world.
if you are talking from a government point of view, they are still looking into crypto because U.S. Clarity Act is coming, right? Uh, Stablecoin Act, they will roll out, right? So from a government perspective, yes, they are still looking uh, at the regulation side. How regulation is going to change. How they're going to revise. How they put in some addendum to some of changes. To the current law and regulations. I think government side is still doing it because they see a demand for stablecoin. They see the big brother US is still trying to push some new laws. Mika is trying to do that as well. The deadline is coming up soon. So governments are all doing that, right? But from a business perspective, right? Let's say new crypto company or maybe um, new crypto projects. I see that really far and few right now. Far and few. I meant good ones. Yeah, not those going to pump fund and then just give a pump.
All right.
The real ones, far and few, man. Most of them pivoted. Web3 founders, I see a really big handful of them pivoting into the AI space. Right. I give a good funny one. I was talking to Dan. I remember Dan from Taiwan. So
Mhm.
I kept investing, right? So there's a AI project who came. Long story short, he's doing AI education shit, right? I was like, in the beginning, I didn't want to like give him a comment, but I got a bit irritated. I say, bro, what you're trying to do is the same as notebook LLM, bro. Why don't you just use notebook LLM? He said, what is notebook LLM? I said, oh, bro, forget about it. Let's not talk anymore. Because you're not in the space. So so Web3 founders are really pivoting into AI right now. And now they're smart. They don't have like a big team. They all use vibe coding. But the not so smart part is none of them can commercialize. Now we have a big problem. But many people are vibe coding, but they can't sell it because now coding become worthless. It's just very sad thing. because there's no users anyways, right? So it becomes worthless. I encourage a few of my friends to get into the all this vibe coding, all this AI thing, with the vision of getting IPO in Hong Kong, for example. Yeah, I told some of them that is the only way. If you want to get enterprise users, no way. Retail users, they want it free, 100% free. So I say only collect the money from the public. Learn from Elon Musk and Sam. Learn from Sam. I think Sam is even a better salesman.
Man, what I've heard about how they're doing this IPO for SpaceX, where they allow people to go like not from 500K, like from half a mil.
Charles Schwab,
They did like people can enter with 2K to 5K. Like, what in the world, man? What is this?
Yeah, someone had brought this up. That's why I brought the comments up real quick. Can we talk about the SpaceX IPO? I'll give my opinion, and you guys can jump in. But like anywhere between 1.75 to 1.8, $2 trillion valuation in terms of its market cap. Right, we're talking about. Give perspective, I think that is bigger than what Bitcoin is at the moment in terms of its valuation. And it is also bigger than the top, I want to say it would put it ninth place in terms of its valuation, around that mark. So I'm always a little bit cautious when they're talking about guardrails, right? Something like Charles Schwab, where you have to have 500K as a balance to be able to even use their platform and invest, that they're moving the guardrails down to 2K so that people can invest in this IPO. Like, that just sounds to me like, oh, you're going to be the exit leg. I might be wrong.
Plus now they removed that 25K limit, right?
Yeah.
You saw that? So
yeah,
to me, it's a big bubble. In our group, they are so happy. Say, oh, it's good, it's good. I say, what's so good, man? They are now lacking of money, bro. They want to suck up your $100 too. What's so good about it?
Is that going to be the local top for stocks? Because obviously stocks have been tearing up. S&P is on new all-time high. Tech stocks are extremely overvaluated. It's a real worry. I know Michael Burry obviously went short a while back, but he said that everyone's been talking about a crash here, but
it's too high. So I come from a finance background too, right? So I have a finance group with a chat group with very senior people, retired ones as well. So their prediction is that the market will open up high, but it will drop. It will eventually drop. Short period of time, will drop to about 900 mil or thereabouts, man. It will not. You will not see a all the way up kind of situation. There's not enough money, unless you are telling me that the steamy checks comes in the next few days. Otherwise, you won't see much, man. If SpaceX were to IPO at that price, they will be like the top 10 assets, first
straight away.
And they will be on all the indexes in the first in the very early days, so all money will just flow into them, and it's just super crazy, bro.
It's like where the valuation is so high compared to what they probably are able to to get in terms of profit margins and stuff like that. It just makes no sense to me. And I understand that people are getting excited and whatever. This guy had said that they want to do a quick flip or something like that. But it worries me. It really does worry me, because it's like a lot of people are just going to get chopped up. They're just going to be used as exit leg. It's
just short. If you do that, now the RWA thing is good, right? So once this RWA wrap token comes out, you can buy from crypto. Just short the hell out of it. There's don't need to wait, man. Non-financial advice from a board order, but just short. It's
right.
Mathematically it didn't make sense, right? So just short it, man, right? Because it just didn't make sense, man. We can reevaluate this in a year or so, but short term it doesn't make sense. There's not enough money in the space. So who wants to be the exit liquidity? Is it I don't know, JP
Maybe
Morgan.
the public retail, because they are giving like about 30% to the retail, right, investors to be able to participate in the IPO. So they have, some of them, they do have like people that have they're not in the Web3, they're not even like related to crypto, but they are seeing like stocks, oh my god, stocks are going up, right? It's the FOMO, the people that get, oh my god, we don't want to miss the next big thing. Because that happened even with gold. When gold was rallying, didn't you see in the news people just going like sitting hours in line to buy more gold, right? We've seen what FOMO can do to people, and I believe right now we have the same way happening when the people seeing, oh my god, the S&P 500 new all-time highs going higher, and they see like the next big thing from Elon, because he has the success from Tesla, he has like, the background, and they see SpaceX. I was like, oh my god, they are not even aware about the valuation of 1.7 trillions, the whole, they're just like, oh my god, we got the chance to buy this, they will buy. So probably that's the case right now. Maybe I'm wrong, correct me if my take is wrong.
There are more silly people than smart people in the world, right? So I think at the end there will still be people buying up all the allocation, right? And then 50 years from now, when you look at the stock price, they will say that, you see what I have bought, I got 5x from it, right? But they didn't realize that if they didn't calculate inflation, by the time one Big Mac you have to pay $50, bro, from McDonald's. So all these people are just not looking at this in a more relative sense, right? So let them buy, bro. It's fine. Good job.
You know what it reminds me of, Alpha, is we had exactly what I'm going to talk about. We had the second biggest holder of Richard Hart's new project on Pulsechain, ProveX. He sold into another coin that was pumping, right? Called PDI, and he ate so much in slippage, and he was just following basically a very short-term pump. This guy's been chopped up. Like I think he's down on his position, and like just
half, probably half.
Yeah, about half his position. He went in with 150, 200K.
200K, and it's like probably in just 24 hours, like minus 100K, just because of FOMO and slippage, which was crazy. Yeah, I mean, that
God bless, bro. God bless.
Yeah. And
it's insane because it happens all the time. Like this happened as well. We said this about when the new project came out, and I think the same thing's going to happen with a lot of these IPOs. And I love some of these companies as well. I think they're great companies, but like the valuation, we've seen it a little bit with Hyperliquid recently. I've seen a bunch of Solana degens like jumping on the Hyperliquid train, and now it looks pretty much topped and probably going to move with the rest of the market. Like I really struggle to understand when there's like one individual crypto that's outperforming everything else, and it's like the momentum is bearish, everything should be going down. Why is this one? It just seems like it's a liquidity swirl where everything has just soaked up and gone into that one particular token. I don't know what your thoughts on that, Andy, but that's my feeling of it. It kind of the same effect of when the Trump token came out on Solana.
Bro, people need to be educated, right? When Trump token was here, there's a good liquidity, okay, right? But if you compare to now, whichever the smart whale did, right? Because I believe that second biggest project, he should have made some money, right? But switching to something that is speculative just like that makes me think that he's pretty noob, man. So if you win your money by luck, you lose all of them by luck too. So people should not do things like that. You need to ask yourself, what are the fuck you money that you can use, and what are the real money that you can use, and how much return that you want to have, right? If you are an investor, not a gambler, then you have to ask yourself, how much do you want to make? What is the time frame? Right now, there are people who ask me to DCA. I say, fuck you, bro. Right? There is no need to rush to get in to be at this moment where you know that there are IPOs that are coming up, money is going to rotate more out. There's a World Cup coming out, right? And World Cup is very close. The demographic is very close to us, right? We are gamblers, right? So the gamblers will just flow the money to the to the bookies and so forth. Why would they want to bet here? You mean they buy chilies?
And we're in an era where there's a bunch of prediction markets that you can buy with crypto, like Polymarket and the equivalencies, easier than ever before. Like I was even saying this the other day, like about who I'm gonna gamble on for the World Cup, and like they
Singapore,
push.
right?
So yeah, Singapore to win, bro.
Singapore.
Nice.
Are you even in the World Cup? I don't know. No, like all of this. I've been saying this, and then people just they hate it because I sound like a bear. They hate the fact that I think what was it back in October, November, we were talking about this on Spaces, and both of us were so concerned about Sailor, and we saw it, and we were like, the numbers don't add up. The dividends they have to pay out versus where they're going to accumulate their capital to pay that dividend that doesn't make sense. The software side of business unprofitable, and they're relying on BTC to go up, and all they're doing is just raising funds for the next ticker to add, a higher dividend to try and basically pay off their previous dividends that they needed to pay to previous investors. So yeah, it's funny. I wanted to get your thought on that. Sailor sells not even nothing really. Like what was it? 32 Bitcoin, 2.5. Yeah, more pain to come, given his his average entry price and a lot of the treasuries. What's your thoughts, Andy?
I think it's all optics, right? I actually think that him selling is not a problem, right? But if you keep preaching that you don't need to sell your kidney, but keep your Bitcoin, maybe he's right, right? He's using a first person language, right? Keep your Bitcoin, but I will sell. Maybe we missed that, right? Maybe we missed that. But the problem, I mean, we had a conversation in another space as well. They were saying that no, you should not be blaming on Sailor because Sailor told you long ago that he's going to sell. Oh, okay, but he sold and the market crashed, right? So who am I to who to blame? You mean I call Vitalik and blame him? They say, hey, bro, because you look like this, that's the reason why the market dropped. No, it's still Sailor, right? I think the $2.5 million is absorbed really quickly because that is immaterial. But the problem is when it didn't affect anything, right? People are just reacting to the news and the sentiments. The optics are bad. And when the 8K report comes out that he has already sold, everybody say that, oh, what the fuck? Everyone just sold, right? And that is a way like a bank run. Everyone just do the same thing, right? To me, it's still optics. It's not about the dollar and cents. What he should worry is if this is still going to go down all the way down because there's no money, what is he really going to do?
Yeah.
When the dividend call, because some guy told me that, oh, there's no need for him to sell. That is actually very true, right? But is there a need for him to hold? Maybe not, right? So it really depends on the situation. If his money goes dry in the next 2 to 3 years, he might need to change his strategy, right? And if you time it again, let's say we take it as a 4-year cycle again, right? In 2 to 3 years time, where his cash flow runs out, and now our market will be at the top again, and he's going to sell out, then he will be the MF that is going to kill us again, right? So we need to either find more treasuries or find a second best replacement for Bitcoin, because the liquidity bundle is too high, and once that fail, the dominance fail, everything fail, right? So I think it's still the math, right? Because we Asia, you stay in Asia, you know all this math thing very well. The math didn't add up, right? So the mathematics didn't add up. It's the same as the thing that I kept saying, like hyperliquid. The math just didn't add up, right? Is that really sustainable? How much is wash? How much is real? We all don't know, but we think that is a good token because it's a good narrative. Okay, I believe in hype because it's decentralized, right?
Yeah.
But then when it's proven that it's not so decentralized, and all those buyback in terms of dollar and cents, we look at the net flows and the visual volume and so forth, it just didn't add up. Then I have question in my brain. I was like, is it real? Is it another Michael Saylor? Or what's going to happen? So yeah, so I'm actually very much into the math and very much into the real volume that is going through, and all this. Yeah, I don't know, man. Are people really that naive right now, or they don't know how to use the calculator? Not sure, bro.
Well, I think the marketing and the excitement is usually, and the FOMO, right, is always, it comes back to those human emotions where we kind of put our head down or head in the sand and not really, we're just going with the party, but we don't know that the party's going to end fairly soon. They're not really like seeing the issues that might occur down the line. They're kind of just like, okay, let's ride with it. And when you're in that ride, I've noticed this as well, and I think all of us have been suckered to it by myself. When a token's been riding up and I'm killing it, you're like, oh, this ain't gonna end. I don't need to TP. It's gonna go to the next. It's gonna go to $1 billion market cap, and then next thing you know, you're like, oh, I should have sold at that point. That was literally the top. I shouldn't have screenshot.
Bro, if you are an investor, right, a creditor investor, right, you have to set your priorities, and you need to ask yourself how much you want, and within what period of time, right? If you don't have all these questions in your brain, then everyone who is using the method of based on feel, like today I wake up, like I said just now with you guys, like, oh, my P is more towards the right side, I just long the market. Oh, okay. There's no meaning to it, right? You need to ask yourself, are you winning the money or gaining the money using luck, or using skills, right? If you want to use skills, then you have to pinpoint that investment period, what kind of return you want to get during that period, when you need to exit, right? And then just don't FOMO for the sake of FOMOing. Or are you using luck based on this morning I wake up, my P is more on the right, I long, P more to the left, I short. But of course you can win too, right? So you have to ask yourself, which kind of investor are you? Are you that kind using skill, accredited, or are you just using luck, right? Or are you using both? Then you'll be screwed, man. Because you need to keep asking yourself, what are you here for? Are you here for long term, short term, or are you just here for one pump? That's it, right? If you have that question, most people will be very sane. 30%, I exit, right? Wait for the next price point, right? And then wait for another price point to entry, right? Right now, I don't think there's a need to buy, right? Why do that, right? I rather
I had this
market,
argument today with a few friends, but
you mean with me?
you mean you guys want to buy right now?
well, he said he was DCAing in, and I was like, man, too early. We're like,
I mean, yeah, maybe am I the guy sometimes like a little bit too early?
yeah. Well, a couple of guys were like, well, what if it doesn't go down further? And I'm like, hold on, guys. Like, there's so many things that lined up in terms of the end of this year where I'd said, okay, you're getting Kevin Walsh coming in, and the new Fed chair, right? For him to implement, if he was to do it, any rate cuts, I think the first rate cut would be the end of this month. I think the first Fed meet in June, and there's another one in July. Even if he does do it, it takes some time and it has an impact on the market. Then you add into the fact that it's sell in May, go away, the whole Halloween effect type thing, where you have like a period of time between May until October, where the markets in general do pretty poorly. The volume goes lower, like people don't really trade as much. Then on top of that, you have IPO season coming up and all of that kind of stuff. I was like, it's all lining up to be pretty poor in the next few months. And yeah, a lot of people are arguing with me like, oh yeah, but what if you're wrong? I'm like, yeah, maybe I could be wrong. I'll just buy back higher. But like, I don't know. I've seen the cycles happen before. I remember the last time back in 22, and I bought too early in 22 because you saw Ethereum at a discount, and I think I bought a couple K, two thousand plus dollars, and that went down to $800, and I missed that. And I know some people are like, oh, it doesn't really matter. It was DCA. Well, no, it does matter actually. When it goes back up to 4.9K, it does matter. There's a big difference between buying it at $1,000, where it hit and stayed around that $1,100 mark to versus a $2,200, $2,500 mark. It's quite a difference, So
Manny Gang, when the prices go like from 2K to 1K, I believe at that point people were like, man, this is going to zero. There is literally zero hope, because that was right, because you've seen like it went like 1K, maybe a little bit lower, and it's like, man, this is going to zero. Like, I don't want to buy here, and a lot of people didn't want to buy there, right?
And do you see that right now? Do you see that right now in the market?
No,
I don't feel that in the market. Is it just me, or
I don't feel it? No. You're right.
I think people are complaining, right? You see it on the timeline, and people are like, "Oh, the timeline looks terrible," right? I don't see this like desperation pain. There's a difference. You get pain, and you get like max pain, and you get desperation pain. I've not seen that yet. And Andy, you've probably experienced it more than us,
yeah.
right?
I think it's okay. That this is a part of the cycle, right? So those people who ask you to DCA right now, probably they are just trying to get some hopium, right? All you need to do MGC in private, you should just tell them, yeah, I'm going to buy too. Then they will feel comfortable, right? Really. But in reality, everybody is in a different position, right?
Yeah.
They might be buying $1,000 and they think it's big, but you bought 100,000. How is this different? How is this the same, right? So my concept has always been the same, right? If you want to buy now, I think if you are trading derivatives, I think it's fine, totally okay, right? If you want to buy spot right now, I think it's too early, man, bro, right? So just wait. There's, again, I have to repeat this. IPOs are coming up, right? Fed chair has not done any shit yet, right? World Cup is around the corner, right? Just wait for a while, man. The only thing that I can see is just going down, right? So if you see the same as going down, and you think it's also going down, then you should short, right? Again, I'm a book author, not a finance advisor, but you should short, right? So that is the thing. Instead of, hey, bro, let's buy now DCA. What do you mean? Right, it's going down, bro. The DCA what? DCA what?
DCA in USDC, maybe. That's.
I don't understand, man.
What do you think about Moni's comment? Shout out to Moni. She's always on the spaces. Second best coin other than Bitcoin has got to be the one token I've been thinking about the whole time.
That's BNB. That's BNB.
BNB, yeah.
That's BNB.
I think that's what she means with Moni love XRP. I think she means BNB.
No, this is loved. Where's your English, bro? It's loved. It does a D. Loved XRP.
Love.
No. Yeah.
Love.
You must emphasize on the D, bro.
So Jenny said maybe he'll buy back tomorrow and then sell again next week. Yeah, maybe. Talking about Sailor here, and see people don't care. Yeah, I think it was a test of the water, to be honest, like just to see the reaction. ETH will go below $1,000. Yeah, interesting.
Just don't DCA, guys. Just for the information, DCA means a dollar cost averaging. Yeah, not decline constantly. Averaging, yeah.
I mean, if you look at the charts, it's declined constantly, and I don't know what you're talking about.
Then don't DCA,
my bag is also.
Don't do it. You're gonna trigger him. I mean,
no, but I encourage you to buy, Alpha.
I'm good. I've did my first part, But you've been very right about, it's how you define yourself as a trader, investor, short-term, mid-term. How do you define those? It's very important, right? And find what works for you. You can accumulate. There is so much, like even from us, from you, Andy, from Money Gang, there is like so much information that you can absorb and form your own identity, right? As an investor trader, like mid-term, short-term. So just find the path, the way that works for you. I believe that's the most crucial skill, because you've been speaking about some skill, right? You going with a luck or with a skill. That's the most important thing to build in this space. Build that skill, and you'll be able to enjoy us, Andy, from 2017, until those time, and make jokes about when crypto is just going down. Like that's the beauty, I believe, of this space. You can build that type of skill.
Just build and educate yourself, and you might be the next big winner, right? And also
that's right.
And also, please remind the always winning president, tired of winning president, about the steamy checks, right? Apart from the steamy check, I couldn't see any form of liquidity inflow for the time being, and also lower the cost of oil.
And
that would be good.
Oh, please.
We got midterms is coming up as well. That's the other thing I completely forgot to mention about my bearishness.
Yeah.
Democrats are going to destroy him, and the Democrats are going to destroy him in Senate. They're going to destroy him in the House because he's so favored right now, right?
Bring back Gary Gensler, bring back all the old guys. That.
Paula is actually not bad, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was alright.
He was okay.
Good guy.
Just now the other guy you mentioned, the SEC.
Gary Gensler.
Forget about it.
No, Gensler.
Yeah, don't forget about it. He put the Mr. Curly Hair in jail. You should pardon him too.
Yeah. He put the. Do you think SBF gets out?
Nah,
I don't think he's going to get pardoned.
Yeah, just they should get him out and then put him back to Anthropic, or do the AI investment. He's a genius, man. He's just too naive. He's just too naive. They say, "Hey, bro, I have no more money, man." He called the big brother. He said, "Hey, bro, I have no more money. Can you invest in me?" Fuck, man. There's so many different ways to get money. Why do you have to do that? You just show your cards and your underpants, and of course people will kill you. For that sake. But anyways, there's another story, man. I think he's still a nice guy. I think SBF.
CZ was under that era as well, right? When he had to do the 4 months in prison and 4.4 billion?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a big number. He should get a refund, man.
100%. And where does he put the refund? The buyback on BNB or?
Yeah, of course. That would be good.
Yeah. Or Asta?
Yeah, you will be better.
Where would you put it? BNB or Asta?
Same but different, right? So you just left pocket and right pocket. So of course you can go to Asta, you'll be good. At least you can take over this hype and put real money in the treasury, right? Because to be honest, again, I want to bring the topic back to treasury, and then if you look at all the blockchain, if there are projects telling you that they are doing buyback, 90% buyback, 97% buyback, then you ask yourself, how much money did he keep in the treasury? 3%. Let's say you assume that they buy some of this project, they buy back 97%. So 3% they keep at the treasury. Oh, okay. What do they keep it in? Right? If you go into their treasury, they keep it in gold or appreciating asset, it's okay. But if they keep it in their own native token, this is the same shit as all the blockchain. Some of this blockchain, they have a $1 billion fund, and then if you look at the $1 billion fund, it's all their own shit token. So it boils down to the whole structure, of how the treasury is going to work, right? And same thing for Sailor. You have to really ask the question. Of course, there will be no margin call, but when is the breakdown point? How can he have no breakdown point? This is a good topic for my next article. I will find his break point. When is he going to sell everything? He has to do it.
He
He
does.
has to do
Yeah.
that.
He needs to sell probably $1 billion. I got about $1 billion because I think he's at.
I mean,
800
they've got
cash.
like how much? They've got like probably 900 millions to pay out the dividends for the next couple of months.
Only
So
900 million cash. Yeah.
yeah, so it's gonna be interesting.
He will be.
Man, I have so many more questions, but I know we've gone pretty long already. There's so much we could talk about, but we'll definitely get you on again if that's all right with you, Andy. And
Are we not doing
yeah.
a 6-hour session? No.
I mean, I can go 6 hours. Alpha Border, you want to?
Yeah, I'm ordering coffee. You know, we can go like speaking about bald
if there's,
guys. Speaking about
Are there anybody still down there? Because I can't see the screen.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
only see
There's
Oh.
I mean, the chat's still going. I mean, like to be honest,
Yeah.
it's
they're real people.
yeah, the real people. Yeah, yeah. A few,
I see some of our friends there. You know,
that's
I
right.
just want to let him know. You know, when three okay looking guys, you know, come together, you guys should appreciate. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
If you imagine there's 3 Charles Cardano. Nah, just joking, man. My screen, you know, the screen freeze. Yeah. Just.
I mean, Charlie Hoskinson, bless him, in his 30s and looking like man, he's been through the trenches, literally and figuratively. It's insane how. And funnily enough, you know, the longevity guy was saying that he might study crypto guys and see how their age, how their real age is versus their what they call it, the biological age or whatever. The
Brian Johnson.
Oh, Brian Johnson's another one, right? Mr. Professor X. Although
No. It was his name, man. Brian Armstrong.
Armstrong, yeah, from
Brian Armstrong.
Base. But he looks healthier. I know he's completely bald, which is obviously stress related, probably, and he's young, but he does look
It could
a
be
little
style, right? Some people
Yeah.
like their style, you know. So you could.
bit. Yeah, some people like it bald. I don't know,
Hey, bro,
you know.
but you probably look good in that hairstyle too.
I've done it before.
Bald.
And I'll be honest, I'm better with hair on top. You know, even if it requires a bit of turkey treatment in the future, you know, it's okay. I'll stick with a bit of hair.
Brian, we are not talking about you. Yeah, Armstrong. Just
Poor Brian. I mean, he's but yeah, bless him. He's the only one I would say who's kind of held his age and looks good in the space.
No, in terms of hair, Tom Lee is good. So if they
Tom,
can,
yeah.
If Brian Johnson, the you know that age maxing guy, I think he should take a look at Tom Lee, man. How can he lose $8 billion on paper and he still has that thick hair? Is it real? You know, that's something that we should.
Real?
Is it real?
There is only one way to find out. You know, you go on Polymarket, you make a bet, and you'll find out. That's guys, I'm joking.
That's the beauty of Asian genetics. You guys like you can you look 14 until you're like.
How old is Tom Lee? How old is Tom Lee?
Probably. I want to say like he's got to be late 50s. No, I don't know.
I would say like 40, 45 probably. Is he late 50s?
Tom Lee, 56 years old.
Oh,
it's old. Yeah.
Wow.
W.
He has a lot of hair, man. That's good.
Yeah, he has a heck of a lot of hair. I don't know how long it will last, though, given his position.
I mean, it's probably even higher than 8 billions right now. It's probably like close to 9 because
Sailor's now got the record. Sailor's now got the record. The most underwater position. I think it was over 10 I believe.
11.5.
Sailor is the king. Yeah.
Man.
You know,
you'll be high, man. What is Jenny?
Yeah, he loves to be on the top, and he loves to be on the top of the bottom. You know, so it goes both ways.
Jenny was like, "Have you heard of the Asian meltdown?" Of course.
No.
Is this where when a Asian woman hits menopause, she then just all of the years just catch up, and maybe that's it. You look 20 until you're 40, and then all of a sudden you look 50 overnight.
But at least you have it until 50, right?
That's right.
But if you look at some of the other dudes at 28, he really looked like 37, and at 37 he looks like 65. So I still think maybe the Asian food is better than maybe.
I think so. Like you look at we age badly. Like white people just we look terrible. We look horrendous by 7 ages.
You just go for a good tan, bro.
Well, I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I got the beach here, and as long as I stay on the beach. But it's hilarious because obviously a lot of my I see all the Asian people. They got the umbrellas up and stuff like that, and then all the white people just trying to get a tan, like aging themselves. For sure, doing some damage.
The white dudes should not go under the sun because genetically it's bad for the skin.
That's right. So we come from the coldest parts and the coldest regions of the world, and it's like we don't have sun. The skin is adapted deliberately to try and protect you from the sun. But yeah,
true. But coming back to the point is we, all the jokes and so forth. I think we should still try our best to educate more people.
Yeah.
Right? Because those that you think they are smart, actually they are not, right? So it's good to keep educating people, ask questions. Like I asked about the treasury. Ask them more, ask more questions. What is the composition of the treasury? How are they executing it? How much wash trades do you think there are? Then you make your own calculation, right? And those kind of homework is really lacking in our space. Most people are just lazy like fuck, right? You ask them to do a checklist, they never do it, right? You ask them to do due diligence, they call their friend, hey, bro, can we buy? Oh yeah, no problem. The blind leading the blind. So this is education, man. Education got to kick in, so that the industry can grow together. Everybody, right? So it's time to actually buy my book,
100%.
So that we can get all educated.
I was gonna say, Andy, yeah, you can get your book as well. Web4 is on Amazon at the moment, but if we've got it also in the description, it should be down there. You've got Andy's X, and you've also got his YouTube as well. So I think there's going to be links there as well. You can send the link anyway, and we'll put the book in the description as well. So for sure. And also, you educate. I mean, one of the best things, and where we first met was through the spaces, and your spaces are awesome. Like, really enjoy them and love the characters there. Some of these guys in the chat as well, amazing people, great fun and great education space as well. So, x.com.
We hang around. All the handsome dudes hang around.
That's right. Yeah. They're all the most handsome. Not just the
those that only have a voice but there's no face, you have to be careful.
That's right. Yeah. Or if they put on voice changes or something like that.
No. You talk about who?
Yeah. But anyways, there are many of these guys around. So just be careful, So show your face, man, dudes. If you are in the crypto and you're still around listening and you're not showing your face, then most likely you're not handsome. Okay?
It's tough though. But if they've made enough money from the project, surely they can just go to Korea, get some plastic surgery, you'd be all right, And you can live life.
Boxing vibes.
Stop calling out the Charles, bro. Fuck, man.
I'm telling him, get some hair on your head. Like I imagine if price chart and looks like correlated. I wonder if someone does some data sets on that. Claude, right up. Can you imagine because you think about it, right? I think Tom was pumping the other day, and you think, Pavel's quite a handsome dude. Pavel changed his life with a hair transplant. So
was he bald? As in,
he was. Yeah. Have you never seen Pavel before his bro? His inspiration
was bald.
We are all straight, bro. We are not into power.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, guys. I mean, okay. I'm going to quickly show you this picture before we.
Where is it, man?
It's a topless butt. Oh, okay, that's probably not the most appropriate one. Okay, this is this picture here.
Don't show us the six packs one. No, I have six
Yeah,
packs too,
yeah.
but it's
There's
just
no
not so
picture
obvious,
without
you know?
him with his six pack. Shout out to Pavel for this, but let me bring this up on screen real quick.
Six packs also. He bought it.
This could be
Oh.
Charles Hoskinson. This could be Charles Hoskinson.
How can
Man.
you change the color too?
Yeah, he even changed it. This is like Coda basement vibe, and this is actually sometimes going for a walk outside with a bit of sunlight. It's crazy.
He looked different, man. What happened to him?
He completely changed his looks.
You be careful. Yo, Manigang, you be careful clicking those links, you know?
Yeah, no, it looks like a weird,
So, bro, it's not just. Sorry, I've not seen the pictures before, you know. So it's not just a hair transplant. He did a breast transplant too.
It looks like it. It looks like you got the full
It's
shebang.
so
the
big, man.
yeah. It's the Turkey special, 2 for 1. You get the hair done, and then you get the abs done as well, right?
No, if you are doing it in Turkey, it will be very affordable, because if you use the same price that you do it in South Korea and you do it in Turkey, you fucking look like Lion King, man, bro. Trust me, really look like Lion King.
You could look like. So I mean, Charlie Hoskinson, you know, there's hope for you, bro, and there's hope for the A to chart. Yeah, don't worry. I've shut it down. Don't worry. I'm not touching. I'm not going to be clicking any scams. Don't worry about it.
What did Jenny say? I saw some pop up again.
Jenny was like, "Oh, he looks 10 years younger after the transplant," and then she was like, "Oh, shut that link. It's a scam or something like that." Elon Musk had a hair transplant as well.
Wow.
Yeah. Can we talk about business? What stream is this? No, we talk about that in the morning, man. We get all serious and we talk about lines and TA and all of that kind of stuff in our mornings and your late evenings, you know. And
No, can you ask him what serious stuff does he?
What do you want to know? Where the price is going to go? Actually, Andy, you can give your takes on this. Where do you think the price of Bitcoin is going to be?
Down, bottom. Oh.
Yeah.
Right now, I can only see 55,000 right now.
55K,
but after the IPO in 12 days, in 6 days time, I think probably you go to the 40 something, maybe.
Oh
yeah. Because there is just ask ourselves, there is no liquidity, right? There is no renew money, nothing new. Why would the market go up? I don't know, man. What did he say? I just couldn't see the screen. I can only see a pop-up.
He said, can we talk business? What stream is this? When to buy the dip? Someone put Janet Jong said, when to buy the dip?
What dip? Curry chicken dip or?
The dip keeps dipping.
You know, as the picture that you bought the dip and like, bro, like what's dip? It's keep dipping, you know, you buy the dip and there is like no bottom. So
actually if I want to be very frank, we should buy when the market goes all-time high. You know, when a steamy check comes in, you see it pumps. When it on the way pumping, you should buy, and then when it hit a certain range, you see the volume goes down. It shot the shit out of it. That's it. You know. Don't need to be so desperate to buy now. You know. But the
MSTR is asking, what about the Clarity Act?
And do you think is it clear to you, guys?
No, I think it actually just helps really banking institutions. Like, and I know it's associated with the crypto, but yeah, I don't see it as being a massive big thing. But I actually see it probably if it does come out, because usually it's like buy the rumor, sell the news type vibe. You know, when it actually comes out, usually there's a dump off because people are waiting for it.
I think them thinking about regulating decentralized network and saying who is decentralized and who is not, it just kills the game, bro. You know, how would that help? You know,
Yeah, we're striving for decentralization. You have like more regulation, more control, right? And you don't have, as you said, not only from the Clarity Act, but from MiCA, from EU, they are trying like to kill, everything related to crypto at the moment. There are so many threats, so you got to
The
double think
stablecoin
onto that.
act, the stablecoin act is just purely a redistribution of US dollar, right? So it's just trying to keep the inflation away. That's it, right? There's nothing for crypto. If it goes back to the same cycle, right? If you believe in decentralization and we are not decentralized, why are we still here? If we believe in token and if we believe in stablecoin, but all the stablecoin go to US dollar, pegged to US dollar, do you believe in US dollar? You don't believe in US dollar, then what the fuck are we here, bro? You know, because it's a death spiral. You know, you just can't keep asking yourself the question. So what are we here for, right? If your DeFi lending and borrowing is just an amplified Ponzi scheme, then what is sustainable about it? So if we are not just going to clear all this up, you know, we will never see a super bull market. Everybody is just
So, yeah.
talking shit.
Who do you see? What are the public figures that will lead to those changes, right? Because we have CZ, and he's trying to do with big governments. We've seen even he went back to Kazakhstan or like other countries and like leading them, properly to get their feet into the cryptocurrency, launching their own stable coin. What are the big public figures that can change this sentiment and go back to the basics, like to bring that order back intact?
Of course, I think if you're talking about getting users, centralized exchanges should be the first line of first line of attracting all users, right? But if you are talking about decentralization, then you got to ask the centralized owner, do you believe in decentralization, right? If they give you a half-hearted answer, and they're still running their centralized entity, how can they how truthful can they be? There's a conflict of interest, right? But of course, if you don't look at it in such a deep manner, then all the top chains, should all work together, form an alliance, an independent
Interesting.
alliance to lobby some of these things on the global manner. Why let those crypto idiots draft the regulation for crypto, but yet not for crypto, right? So it's just in a very messed up. It's just a very messed up world, bro. You know, people
We
are
have a
just
lot
saying
of
one thing.
PvP.
Well, like what? PvP. You mean
I
meme
mean, we have
coins?
a lot of PvP with the founders themselves, right? Attacking. We don't have. You said like crypto founders should get around like the big entities around the form some kind of alliance and fight for the crypto for the what they got into that. But they're like attacking each other. They're like,
Actually, chain and chain, there are nobody is attacking each other. To be honest, maybe exchange and exchange, they have like their past problems. They are attacking each other. Chain and chain owner, most of them are pretty cordial, right? The only unfriendly dude is Richard Hart. That's it, right? The rest of those BNB, Vitalik, BNB, CZ, and Vitalik, they are good friends, right? If you talk about Charles and Vitalik, maybe they have some disagreement, but I don't think they are in any public dispute, right? Pravo just want to change the name to Graham, and I don't think he's in touch with anyone except for maybe Polygon founder and a few others. But I don't think anyone has any unhappiness, So forming an alliance together and have a seat at the table means a lot, and please don't form that kind of what's that US entity, the shit with crypto? Was it or banned with crypto? Or what the shit is that thing that Brian supported? Fuck with crypto or what?
Was this
What is it? What is that
that
thing?
Charles paid to get involved with, where they went to the White House and lobbied and stuff.
Yeah,
like
what was that group called? It's fuck with crypto or what? What is it?
I'm actually not aware of that.
No, when they went and they made the American
stand with crypto, bro. Stand with
with
crypto.
crypto. That
Yeah,
was it.
that kind of bullshit. Forget about it, because the lobbying power is I think is redundant, right? Because there is nobody having a seat at the table. You know, they are just trying to lobby U.S. Regulators. I think we have enough lobbyists. You know, we need people who really stand with crypto and not fuck with crypto, right? So we need people with the right mindset, right? So we need that kind of organization, to be honest. But I think we are really lacking. You know, we have like Bitcoin, like a Bitcoin association or Bitcoin center, but all those things are just too weak, man. They don't even have a voice at the regulators meeting. You know, they don't. You know, so
Yeah.
sooner or later, all these things got to change. You know, I don't understand why all these things are not in place. You know.
I do think it probably would. It could change with a change of, maybe a shift in government policy. But again, I don't want to rely on the governments to do it. It should be within the industry. The industry should be doing it themselves, like self-regulating, not having government overreach like that. And otherwise, they're going to do what's in their own interest and what's in the interest of banks.
True.
And like and we're
Yeah.
cooked, like we're a direct threat to banking systems and banks in general. So yeah,
The government should only come in when there are problems, right? They
yeah,
set the rules, and then when there are problems, they just prosecute. That's it, right?
yeah.
But the government should not be telling you which one is decentralized. What do you mean, bro? Do you really understand what is decentralization? They say, I do, I do. Then you look at their panel of experts, security guard, nurse, security guard again, nurse. So what the fuck, bro? You know, can we at least get a proper team to just sort it out? You know, not because your son is my your father is my best friend. Let me bring him to the table. I said, oh man, this is just nepotism. You know, that's just bullshit. So
Yeah, agreed. A couple more questions and then we'll wrap it up because I know we've kept you quite a
sure,
while.
let's do that.
Someone was asking for your ETH price prediction and your BNB price prediction. You got any price predictions for
If
that? So it's
I
down
think
10% on the day, by the way. I think it is. Am I right?
yeah,
in
it
saying?
is now. It's when we were talking, it's 1,006. Right now, it's 1,005. So
That's
I
five.
think
Yeah.
if should go sub 1,000. You know, it should go there.
Okay.
Like I said, you know, I say 444 because it is aligned with the Web4 team. But I think it should go down, man, because there is nothing much happening. You know.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm
Yeah.
actually literally fighting my own bag, right? But for BNB, but BNB is no. But I need to be real, right? What my investment and my prediction might be different. BNB would be actually a little bit different because the control supply is there,
Yeah.
so the down would not be that down. So
Yeah.
probably BNB can have a good run, right? There are ETFs coming up,
I
right?
got
So
a
I
buy
think it should
zone,
be
but
a
I
good
don't know if it'll be right. I got a buy zone between
Yeah.
444.
350 and 450.
Well, if BTC is going down to 30,000, those things will be filled, bro, right?
Okay,
But if
perfect.
but BNB, to be honest, very honest, because of the control, I think BNB should not go too down. You look at it right now, it's a very realistic thing, right? In my opinion, right? Any of the coin that has less than 4% of a down in the last 24 hours, most likely they are centralized. Means that they have a lot of control. Right? So if you look at the chart right now, BNB is down by 3, so it's below 4, right?
After the same
Yeah,
3%.
Tron is the same.
Tron,
right?
yeah, unbelievable chart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and anything that's less than 4, in my opinion, right now, it should be very, very, very centralized. You know. So
This will make you laugh, but I'll put it up on screen because
so tell me, pulse chain, yeah.
someone asked, "What does Andy think of pulse chain? In your opinion, is it true?" I think I know
Decentralized,
what.
yeah.
Is it truly decentralized?
If you get rid of the founder, it should be very decentralized. You know?
Yeah. I agree with that.
I,
CTO.
I like the fact that pulse chain is down by 99% maybe, and there are still people talking.
Not yet.
So
They're arguing with me that it won't be 99%, but I'm arguing with them that it will be at 99%. I think it's 97 from its all-time high. So
most people would say that if Richard assumedly didn't sell anything, it should be 97% maybe, right? But actually that's not
yeah,
true, because there's always a multiplier, right? Right now, if there's some wheel that starts to sell, the sell effect will be big because the liquidity
yeah,
is thin, right?
liquidity is so
So
thin. Yeah.
so is it by code wise, many chains are decentralized, but by the by code and governance, actually many of the chains are not, right? But of course, if you talk to, for example, some of these chain bosses, they will ask you decentralization is not important, right?
Mm.
You know why? Because they hold most of the token, right? No, of course decentralization is not important. Then you should next time ask him, then what are we here for?
Mm.
Or we are here
Yeah.
for stable coin that is wrapped with USDT. Is that what you mean? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's a good way to put it.
I've said to the guys, like I've said, like, do expect more, and it's a case where you know, if other tokens in the ecosystem have done the same, and if the founders are not going to step in, and we know the general momentum, then it's probably going to go further down. That's not to say that it can't ever perform. A lot of people give their thesis on that, but it's just that you can't fight the momentum of where the general market's going. And if the general market's going down, then your lower liquidity, smaller token is going to go down. It's smaller. It takes less sell pressure to knock the price down. So it's
don't,
inevitable.
but just don't waste time, right? Nowadays, you just go to CoinMarketCap, see the top 200. That's it. You know, the rest you don't need to see, because it's just pointless. There's no money at all. If the top 200s are not moving, you expect those at the back is going to move?
Outliers, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
even a
not.
big gap. Top 200. That's like, I would say top 100, top 50 maybe. You know,
But some
because
of the
that's
top 100 and 200, they're all fake, man. It's all
Yeah.
because this
yeah,
is
that's what
ranked
I'm
by
saying. Like even top
volume.
50.
You know, I
And
don't
volume.
even really see at all, man. So God bless to those who are trying to buy some not so famous blockchain, or or you buy some wallet token. Oh, those are bullshit, bro. You know, those are slow rock. You know, if anything, if you search my name and my name comes up more than your blockchain, that means you cannot buy. That's it. That's all what I always tell my friends. Really, so many of them. You know, this some people, they will say that, oh, this guy, this bro, do you know this guy? He's a Singapore superstar. You know, he's advisor to this and that. Then he showed me one page called ICO holder. I remember this so much. He said, you see, his article is on ICO, this, and also he's a top guy in Singapore. You know, do you know him? I said, I don't know him. But I told him this thing. I said, you search my name, bro. Then fuck, I can be Singapore God, bro. You know, at least I have more search results than them. You know, but it's not to brag or to flex. But this is, you know, take everything as a pinch of salt. You know, just do your own research. I think those are more important. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. And I
Correct.
agree with that.
Don't think that we are good looking and you think we are talking shit. Okay. That's it.
No, it's usually
start,
from mistakes. It's usually from mistakes, right? Like it's usually just from knowledge gained from mistakes. Like I feel confident in saying that the price is probably going to go down further later this year, just from past experience. The other factors play in, but I said this a few times. I said like, don't be premature with your don't be too premature with your buys. Don't be jumping in the first dip. Like there's
yeah.
pain, but there's going to be more pain, I think, in my personal opinion. But
It's like some of us let's say example, you have $1 million position. Now we are down by 60%, and you only have your last 100,000 in USDT. Just keep it first. There's no urgency to lose everything. Just wait, man. Wait. That 100,000 can give you 10x if you wait and come in at the right time. We should give people some hopium, bro.
Well said. Well
Well,
said.
like I get excited by bear markets. I know it sounds crazy, but I get more excited by bear markets because the bull is kind of unpredictable. You get these pullbacks, these crazy, and especially this bull market, it was like everything seemed to underperform Bitcoin. But when I in the bear market, I'm like, man, this is so discounted, and everyone's moving away. The numbers are down when it comes to the YouTube and Twitter, and we do spaces, and the numbers are down, everything like that. It's like, well, the real ones are here now. Not the pretenders, not the ones that are just bandwagon crypto bros and sisters. So
Sure.
I get excited because it's like Jim Cramer literally called. He said that MicroStrategy in Bitcoin was a failure when it was $16,000, like the peak or bottom of of 21. He said it on CNBC. It's the perfect time to buy, the absolute perfect time and we saw how it ripped and went up to 126K, which is unbelievable on Bitcoin. Imagine buying Solana.
Yeah.
Solana was $11 on that day. It had on the bottom. It shows like the prices going across. Solana was $11 that day, and it went up to $300. Life changing.
Probably even BNB was low because
Well,
you,
BNB
you
to Andy's point earlier, like BNB, because it's able to like protect itself a little bit. It went down 75% compared to like other tickers went down way more, but yeah, it seems to hold certain levels pretty well. It seems to protect us.
I think we must be in a fucking low market if we use Jim's word as the golden word, bro. Fuck. We are so screwed, man. We are so screwed. No, but just all jokes aside, I think BNB has a good chance, right? If you look at Esther right now, when everybody is down like fuck, Esther is still at 65 cents, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Wait, let me see.
Yeah,
It's still 65 cents.
I'm still hoping it hits all-time low.
stablecoin.
I'm hoping it goes
Yeah.
down to 40 cents. I don't know if it goes that low.
Or some of these things got a hold, right? I'll give you an example. If you look at Hype, maybe 35 is a good re-entry point. If you look at Ton, maybe $1.40 or $1.30 or $1.20 is a good entry point, right?
Well, we're at 148 right now on Tom.
Yeah. So that's why you ask yourself, is Ton going to be 60 cents? I don't think so, right? So you got to do your own research and ask yourself what is a good point to enter, right? If you ask me, for example, like Stella, for example, like how much is Stella right now? XLM, right? Where the hell is XLM?
It was holding up the other day. I don't know.
XLM right now is based on 0.18. If you ask me whether to buy it, I would not. I would never buy it because it was up by 60% or 100%, a few days ago, right?
Yeah.
So and you ask yourself, who is using XLM? Who? only the press release. Is a press release coin, bro? It's a press release coin. Oh, press release XLM. Let's buy. It don't make sense at all, bro. Right? Why would people buy because of press release? So, God bless all those guys.
Would you buy ADA? ADA's now doing a new all-time low versus.
I heard the founder.
He's gone on
Founder had a crash down. He's like
ADA,
10K, rage quitting.
ADA is hard to buy, bro. Unless if you simp Charles, maybe you can support him, by buying. I don't, bro. So I can't buy ADA right now. If you ask me, I'd rather buy XRP. At least XRP he's still holding on to $1.10, right? But of course, when I wake up, it could probably be about 70 cents. But that's just a possibility, you know.
I had
Solana is also dying. Fuck.
I had it between kind of 50 and 70-ish cents. Yeah, that was mine. Because when it's a cult. I mean, the cult's always going to survive. If I'm saying this
Dogecoin, bro. You should buy Dogecoin, right? Because when the SpaceX goes up, they send a dog coin up to the space, and all the degens will pump again, right?
It's a good
There will be a first one that gets the pump, definitely. When SpaceX goes up,
They'll put
that
Doge in.
crazy Elon Musk coins will all pump. That 100%, bro. Yeah. So if
It's not
Dogecoin,
so bad.
yeah, but just for everyone listening, you know, I don't know how many people listening. I'm just a book author, right? Just don't take my words too seriously. All right.
NFA.
The NFA. Andy, where can they find you? And then we'll wrap it up. It's been great couple hours. So I appreciate you taking
Find
time.
me on X. If you want to get my book, get it on Amazon, right?
Yeah, Web4.
That's it. Yeah. All the things that we say is non-financial advice. We are a book author. The other two guy, one is a security guy, and the other
That's
one
right.
is a ping pong player. So don't
That's
worry. Don't worry about what we said, okay, guys?
I appreciate having you on, and look, we'll do it again as well. But thank you very much. It's been great, and you can find us all pretty much on Andy's Spaces as well. Not financial advice. MSTR, right? That's correct. Not fucking around.
Yeah.
Not fucking around. Lock in. Watch the
Buy
World Cup.
Lock in, boys.
buy my book first. $1.99. Okay, don't buy
Super
too
cheap.
expensive. Yes, buy
You've made it.
$1.99.
You've made a bear market price. Like
That-
some people are trying to increase their rates. It's a fair price. I think.
No, I'm not
Guys.
CZ, man. CZ's book is a bit more expensive because he's a billionaire, right? I'm a nobody, so I have to sell it at $1.99. That's it.
Alpha Baller, anything you
That's
want to
awesome.
say before we sign off, bro?
Oh no, it's been a pleasure to hear Andy and his insights, the overall look about the market, Web4. Some cool insights for me as well, like how the markets are moving, the global vibe all around, because that's my guidance most of the time. Like I listen to people, I see what other people think, and then I build my own thesis and strategies. So always great to have smart minds. That's how we build Trench Capital, to have smart minds, smart money. That's like something that you want to have in your circle. So really appreciate Andy for being with us over here. And yeah, Money Gang always, keeping the good vibes.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for everything. I'll sign it off.